Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Coffee and Cows here at Chasing Dreams Ranch. I am Martha Hartramp, and I am the owner of Chasing Dreams Ranch. This is my husband, Mark Hartramp, and he is the ranch manager, aka do everything guy. You know, I'm a firm believer in the saying, if you build it, they will come. Well, he's my builder, so.
Yeah.
And then this is Caitlin Grieve. She is our ranch nurse, and so she's our people nurse. She's an actual nurse by trade, and she's also our ranch nurse for our animals. So she does a lot around here to help us. So
I'm just here because she told me.
absolutely, see how easy that was, guys. You just say, "Hey," and here they are. They're both super excited to be on camera.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So enthusiastic.
So funny story. This is our second time to record this today
Yep.
because we had a great session earlier. Different cow, and it was great. And we were all sitting, we were talking about it. I forgot to hit record. So, anyway, so yeah,
You know what? We are so real here. I got dirty scrubs on because we were sorting cows a second ago. And I mean, just there's a bunch of bloopers. So we are super real here. There is no photo editing, there is no AI stuff. We're real here.
oh, it's okay. That's who we are, right?
Yeah.
We are.
Fly by the seat of our pants.
Okay. So, what we wanted to talk about today is mini cows. Because I mean, what else? What's there better to talk about, right?
Seriously.
Absolutely. And so, I introduced everybody, but I forgot to introduce this little guy. So this is Buddy, and Buddy is our little micro miniature bull, Highland bull.
He is the star of our ranch for sure.
Yes. And just so you guys can get an idea of how tiny he is, I'm 5'10", and so when I stand up, you can see how little this guy is.
Yeah.
So he weighs 165 pounds. Well, 180 now, excuse me. He weighs 180 pounds. I mean, he thinks that he's a 1,000-pound bull. It's really funny, but he's not. Yeah, so we love this little guy. So fun facts about Buddy. I don't even know if I've told you this, but Buddy has what's called crop ear. Which quite frankly, for a lot of people is an undesirable trait. It doesn't affect them at all. It just means that their ears kind of, well, you can see how they're shaped. So they're shaped a little bit different. So that's why Buddy looks a little bit different. But he's a sweet guy. Like I said, he's a little over a year old.
Oh my gosh, when he trots around, he holds his head up and he just goes.
That's what I'm saying.
And it's so cute.
You would think he was a grown man.
Oh, yeah.
He is a grown man, but well, he's not full. Bulls mature at 3 years old. So
And he
Yeah.
just turned a year recently.
yeah, he's a year and 2 months old. So he's a fun little guy. But we were just talking. So Caitlin hates the fact that his horns have come in. Mark and I love them. And
It's not the fact that I hate them.
no, you're
It's
just
just like,
no.
he's growing up.
Right. That's what I was gonna say. You get stuck in that baby phase, even with my grandbabies.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I do.
Like I'm like Jackson, my oldest grandson, he's 6, right? And this was something years ago. He needed a haircut so bad, but she was so dang resistant because she wanted him to keep looking little. Y'all, I could have put it in pigtails. But anyway, that's another episode.
Yeah.
That's a therapy episode. Right?
We have a lot of therapy around here. Some more than others.
We do.
Some
We
more
do.
than others.
All right. So anyway, what we want to talk about today is what is a mini cow, what defines a mini cow, and the top 10 questions that we've been asked.
And y'all, she is gonna say, this is the top question.
Okay, so I did that in the last recording, but I had practice. I want to do that this time.
There's gonna be several really good and I think frequently asked questions.
Absolutely.
I mean, mini cows, there's
Absolutely.
so much myths and whatnot out there.
Yeah. You know, and I will say that I think a common misconception is that when you think mini cow, that this is what you're gonna do.
Yeah, this is, I think, what people think of.
Yeah, this is, and Buddy is the true mini. He's actually a micro mini. I don't know if I've already said that because again, like I said, we're on our second recording and we practice, so take 3 minutes.
Yeah.
but he's a true micro mini. But I will say he's not the one.
No.
So he's definitely the face of Chasing Dreams Ranch. He's really vicious, you can tell. I mean, we're all terrified sitting here with him.
I know he's on a halter, but he's free ranging right now.
Right.
And we're just so
He's a
terrified
sweet-
of him.
He's a sweet. But anyway, so this is again not your. He's pretty into. He's not. We had our last recording that's not recording. We had Dorothy in here, who's the same age as him, and she is. And I wish we could have got her back in, but quite frankly, she was.
She was
out.
over it.
She was
She's
over
like, peace out, I'm gone.
right. I mean, she was starting to tear
She's
down.
in her teenage years. She's like, bye.
Yes. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. But anyway, but yeah, so this is not your typical, like I said, he's 180 pounds. Dorothy, who is a very typical micro, she's right at 400 pounds. She's not a lot taller than him, but she's definitely, she looks like she could eat him. And I think she could.
She's like one of those round Christmas ornaments, and with her belted signature, I just want to paint her like a Christmas ornament. She's so
She's asked me to several times. I have to keep this going.
dress her cows up, man.
Okay, all right, so let's just get started with what the top 10 questions are. Okay. And I lost my questions because, like I said, we're on take 30. So pardon me while I scroll through. Okay. The first question, and Mark, I'll let you start the answer to this. And guys, hang on. You're going to see Buddy going in and out. And by the way, he is registered. His registered name is Chasing Dreams Buddy. His mom is Chasing Dreams Dolly, who is a blonde Highland. And yeah, and so his dad was Robert. So, who's not one. And he was contract positive, which we'll get to that. Okay, so anyway, Mark, you lead off answering this question. And Mark, you cannot sit there like a stick in the mud. You've got to be engaged.
So Mark does not like to be on camera. So
like, he didn't sleep last night, worried about this. I'm like, dude, there's like, we're just recording. It's not.
y'all, there is
If
such
you're not
stressful
even,
stuff.
there's not even an audience. You have to pretend like you're naked. Literally, it's just us on the screen.
Yeah,
That's it.
people can
So
see you,
just
but
take a deep breath. You got this. You got this. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. That's what I like to hear. All right. Question 1. How big do mini cows actually get?
Well, depends on their genetics and breed and, you know, the dam and the size,
Right.
you know.
A lot of things.
It,
You know, people think of, you know, like we talked about, people think a lot of times that every mini cow is this. Again, he is not the norm. People think of mini cows as dogs, like a dog size, and that's not the norm. Are they small? Absolutely. And you know, and I'll put some pictures of Dorothy in the comments so that you guys can see her. But a mini cow. So there's 4 different class sizes. There's micro, there's miniature, there's mid, and there's standard. So we actually don't have any standards on our ranch. Now, when people come out, they think they'll see some of mids and think, oh, those are big cows. Or actually, I've had somebody comment on Facebook that picture you took of Billy Ray where he's licking his side. It's actually the profile picture on our face or our Chasing Dreams Ranch Facebook page. Anyway, somebody made a comment, oh, he's a big boy. But where was I going with this?
it's very
but it's
subjective.
big for a miniature.
Yes, yeah. So he's
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 walking
a
that fine line of being
right.
standard.
Correct. So, but here's what's interesting. And I'm just gonna touch on this right now and we'll talk about it later. But the reason that you will find different size of cattle here at Chasing Dreams Ranch is you cannot breed to get this micro size if they're chondro positive, which he is. And again, we'll talk on that later. You cannot breed 2 of those together because they could end up with a birth defect called bulldog dwarfism, and it's lethal. So that's one reason that we have different sizes. And we also do it for budget purposes so that we are able to serve more people because our pure highlands, of course, are more expensive. And, so we have other breeds as well. But anyway, so we'll talk more on that. So how big does a mini actually get? So there are different classes, different sizes, but anything under 32 inches is considered macro. Anything under 36 is considered miniature, and that's a hip. The buddies of the door, I think it's in the truck outside. But thank you. I don't think they're bullshit. Okay,
Yeah,
all right. So here's a great question. Caitlin, I'll let you take the lead on this one. Do mini cows stay small forever?
Well, they do, but they don't. If you're talking about size, they do grow, but Buddy's at the point where he's not going to get as far as taller. He's not going to get taller. Now he's going
Or
to
a
get,
little bit, but not much.
he's not going to get, he's girth size, yes,
Yes.
but he's not going to sit here and end up like the size of Dorothy.
Right. So I think here's people get really confused on. I know what you see on memes or Facebook reels or TikTok or what have you, and you see these little bitty that don't look much bigger than a chihuahua, right?
Yeah, they're
Okay.
like lush size.
Right. So that's one of two things. That's either a very young baby
Yeah. Like
or
fresh.
it's AI. Most of the time it's AI. And yeah. So do mini cows stay mini forever? Does they stay small forever? Yes, a true miniature will stay small forever. But the misconception is what mini is. Anybody?
depends on if you're talking about the micro or miniature or.
Right. And what you consider Benny.
Yeah.
You know, when you put Dorothy next to Dolly, which is actually Dolly is a miniature.
Yeah.
But you know, you put them next to one of our bigger cows, and it's like, oh my gosh, she looks like a little baby.
Yeah. So Dorothy compared to Budana.
Correct.
And Budana is one of our, I would say, rescue cows.
Yeah. Yes. That's a good way to put that too.
She's pretty big.
Yeah, she is, but she's not a standard.
No.
Okay. So another, and this is a funny question. Oh, I'm gonna go to y'all. I'm fixing time candy. So I've got over the corner at the barn. I've got some blow up Highland cows, and I'm gonna see if I can show you. But he's sniffing them. Look, where is he? He was talking to them. Okay, sorry. Sidebar. All right. So
Like that's
okay. So anyway, so people ask for mini cows just babies. A true mini, no, it's not just a baby. But again,
They
and a
might-
lot of people, and you have to be really careful when buying miniature cattle, because if you don't go to a reputable breeder or ranch, you know, we don't consider ourselves breeders, we're a ranch, an educational ranch. But if you don't buy from a reputable person, they will many times sell young calves and just call them minis, and they're not. So Highlands grow very slow. They're a very slow breed to grow. So it can be very misleading if you don't know the truth, you don't know the genetics, you don't know the history. You can be misled very easy. So you have to make sure, be careful when you're purchasing mini cattle.
and they might be small, but they have big personalities for sure.
Yes. Okay, Mark.
Well, I want to touch on the other.
Okay.
Some breeders take the cans off of mama and bottle feed them. They stump their growth,
Yeah.
and that's not good on their structure.
It's not ethical.
No, it's
You know, when you have a bottle calf and you have to bottle feed because
Because
mom
mama
has
abandoned it.
rejected it
that's
or
different.
mom died, that's different.
But if you're hoping the nutrition from it, so it stays small.
To stunt its growth intentionally, and
Yeah.
many breeders out there do that. As a matter of fact, Mark and I have some friends that they bought some cattle this year and they lost two. They were new cattle, and so we've been mentoring them. And we found out that the calves were pulled from mama around 3 months old. I think even a little younger. And it was for that reason, because we've lost two of them. It's not
No, it's not.
so. All right. So now answer this question. And the reason I'm gonna have you answer, the reason I'm gonna have you answer this question, number one, is I don't want you to be from social media. They don't mind. They might be nasty comments. That's okay. But the second reason is because had I asked you this question before we had mini cows, your answer would have been totally different than
He's not in the boomer generation, but you would think he's in the boomer generation.
Are mini cows good pets? Oh,
Yes.
Mark. What about Dorothy?
Dorothy is.
He would put her in y'all's house if he could.
100%.
Well, I mean, there's not much difference than a house.
Right.
You know,
It really just depends, I think, on your walk of life.
yeah,
Absolutely. That is such a good way to put
yeah,
it.
Because if you put it in a subdivision, that's not the best
Yeah.
environment to
No.
have a cow as a pet.
But you also don't have to have a ranch.
No.
You know, you can have, well, we'll get into that question because
depending on the
that's
size of
down.
town,
And
anywhere-
the temperament. You know, just because they're mini, because we have some crazy mini. Okay, we have this one, Edwina.
I don't think she's the craziest.
Edwina is she's the most skittish. Who's the craziest? Dory. I don't know. Anyway,
She was.
we have some that they are true minis and tiny. They're not much bigger than this guy. Okay, well, no, they aren't bigger than him. They're not any bigger than Dory. But that you can't touch them. Like the only time we could touch Edwina is in the chute.
Yeah,
And even then, she's like,
Yeah,
She's
they
mad.
don't all have this temperament either. I mean, there are some cows that if we had turned loose in here, we wouldn't be sitting here.
no.
We'd be hiding.
Well, okay, so Edwina is a zebu. She's very different.
Yeah, so she's half Zebu, half Dexter. Yeah, she is. She's got
in
these.
general, most of our Iowa turkey county.
They are, except for Elsa. Don't stop.
Her and Elsa don't get along.
I disagree.
Hey, so while we're on the subject, everybody out here has a favorite.
Yeah.
Hey, so who's your favorite and why? Why? Because he's fat, and likes to eat.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Just calm and laid back. and pulls the pin.
Y'all, I wish we had her back in here. We'll show you on another episode. She is hilarious. We all love. I mean, she's the one that will run up to you in the pasture.
Oh yeah.
Truly.
It does not matter
But
what you
y'all,
have.
she is huge.
Yeah.
And no, I mean, there's just no. She's obese.
She's very
She's not
proud.
obese, she just.
She's pleasantly.
She's a big girl. She's a big girl.
But
Yeah.
it's not bad, it's all muscle.
Okay, who's your favorite?
So mine has to be Cleo. Because I know everybody has to have their specific favorite, and I have my ones that.
That's
Not my favorite.
I truly did not know that before today that Cleo was
Well,
your
because
favorite.
every time she will come up to, she's like Dorothy, she'll come up to, and she's a mini black Angus.
Yeah, she's a low line Angus. Yes.
So
And
she
she's
comes up to
very
you-
small.
and she sticks her tongue out at you, and she has a sweet temperament.
She does.
And she's
does.
one of your cows that you had showing growing up.
Yeah,
So
she is. I used to show Black Angus in high school. And actually, Cleo's named after her. Mine's registered name was Black Cap Romance, but I called her Cleopatra. So we named Cleopatra Cleopatra. So, and the thing that I love about her, and this is so weird to say, but it's the truth. She has the softest freaking tongue. So cows they always will lick your hand.
That's real.
Ours will.
it's like
But you never
sandpaper.
know- but not Cleo's. Hers is like velvet. And when she's
And she just
yeah,
She does.
yeah. Okay, that was totally weird conversation, but it's the truth. And if you guys are ever out here, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Oh, I didn't talk about mine. So my favorite, which you guys will never see her on a halter because she'd drag me through the barn. But anyway, so my favorite is Elsa. So Elsa is a white Highland, and she is a miniature, and she's bred. Yay! I can't wait. She's having her baby, and she's gonna be having next year. But anyway, she is a miniature Highland, and she's white, and she's fine, and
she's a rescue too.
of her. Caitlin thinks she's psycho. I think she, if
I think
she's
she's been bred. She's been psychic.
no, she's okay. Listen, she's spirited. She's spirited.
That's a strong
I-
word.
Yeah.
That's a strong word.
she likes to play.
That's the problem. She thinks she's smaller than what she is.
She likes to play.
She had you painted.
I will tell you, Caitlin kind of freaks me out because she's not scared of anything out here. And Mark and I've actually had conversations like, Caitlin, you've got to be careful. She's scared of Elsa. It's really kind of fun. But
The
now Elsa,
yaks too. The yaks.
we do have yaks.
I'm very
That's
just
the whole-
aware,
But yaks are fine. They're fine.
except for food time.
They are. They're also spirited. We
That's
just
a
have
strong word for them too.
Okay. All right. Here's a loaded question. How much do mini cows cost? Well, I could tell you. When you go to buy a mini cow, you can get on Marketplace or different Facebook groups all day, and you can pay as little as you want. Well, probably not as little as you want, but you can pay, get you something for under a couple $1,000. I'll tell you this. Number one, it's probably not a expenditure. And number two, that person does not understand truly what they have, or they're not being honest. And usually it's the latter. That people are dishonest again, because some breeds grow so slow that people will buy a yearling or older and think it's a miniature because it's small. But they don't reach maturity till about 3 years old. So yeah, so you have to be very careful. So like here, when we sell cattle, we make sure that the purchaser is aware of all the genetic testing, because we do genetic testing through Texas A&M University. We give them their veterinary records, we give them their vaccine records, and we keep logs when we like any animal from the shoot.
Yeah.
And so, and
And birth certificates for every single cow.
I know,
that's
right,
out
y'all?
here.
So we do birth certificates. Mark thought we were crazy at
And they
first.
got their hoof prints,
Oh,
which is the
hoof
cutest
prints.
little thing.
They do. We do their hoof print, just like they would a newborn baby.
Mhm.
We do their hoof print. They get a gold seal on there.
See, they're not just animals to us; they are family. Every single one of them, all 26.
Absolutely. Boy, they eat like it too.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So what do minis cost? Here, ours start at about $2,500. That's for a bull calf. Again, depending right now, our least expensive bull calf is 25. We have our most expensive this season was 4,000. And then our heifers, they can fall in that same price range. And then they can go up to $8,000, even $10,000.
And that's because we have diversity.
Yes, we have diversity. Again, we work with genetics very closely, even on the coloring. And we also do registered Highlands as well. So those are our most expensive.
Right.
Then we have some crosses that are less expensive. Okay, so Mark, what do mini cows eat?
Anything they can eat.
They'll get into a story about that in a minute.
Yeah.
Well, just hay or, cuties or cake or whatever you want to call it.
Okay, well, let me clarify something. And I put this on one of my lessons at school, because I'm bad about saying that too, that they eat cake. Okay, when we say cake, we do not mean
Red velvet,
Pillsbury,
chocolate.
right, cake. We mean cow cake, or range cubes or cattle
Yeah.
cubes.
Mhm.
And so, and then it depends on what time of the year, how much grass is available, the percentage of protein. So in the summer, we feed a lower protein than we do in the winter, because they don't need the protein because they have all the grass. And then we go through a ton of round bales of hay. But we are probably a little different.
And we do different types of ground bells.
Yeah,
So
we do.
five is what we said.
But we free range. We let them have free choice on hay, so they have hay 24/7. We also do feed every night. We did that for a couple of reasons. Number one, because I was sucker. I think that's probably that true. Yeah, he tries so big and bad, but something too. But we do it mainly for herd check.
Yeah.
Because we have trained them, we feed at the same time every day. And they come up front every night to feed.
So we're always doing a head count.
Right.
Because if there's somebody missing, we're gonna
Right.
go out and find them.
You know, and it's happened to us a few times.
That's how we found calves.
Yes, absolutely. And then earlier this year, we had a cow that got really sick. You know, of course, we vaccinate, we do regular vet checks, but it happens, right? Just like humans. We had a cow that had a very severe case of pneumonia. And right,
Breast and
yes. And we knew that because we did the herd check. If she didn't come up one night, at first we thought she'd calve. But we went out and found her, and then she was sick. So, you know, I think it's really important. Oh, and then how could I forget this? So we have a cow, Mona Lisa, which is freaking gorgeous. She's a white part.
she's so cute.
She's also an escape artist.
She is. Several times.
As a matter of fact, we've rebuilt hundreds of acres of fence this year because of it, right? Anyway, so yeah, so we were doing herd checks and she wasn't coming up. We'll come to find out because she had left our property. She went to our neighbors. She went, we don't know where she went. We had every
She
time
was gone for 24, 48 hours.
36 hours.
Yeah.
And we were out there.
She's like,
literally.
I got escaped.
Yeah, and then she would not come back, and it was awful, but we finally did get her, thank goodness. So, anyway. Okay.
The Dorothy story about snacks.
Oh, Dorothy.
Your
So-
guilty pleasure.
Yeah, and okay. Now listen, when I tell y'all this story, this is the truth, but I do not want mean comments. I don't want anything negative because I want you to know I've only done this a handful of times. But Dorothy, who's Mark's her, and actually Buddy, who's just roaming around the barn right now. Hey, really, I don't know how to discover this. Actually, I do, but they love little Debbie brownies. I've only
The
done it
cosmic brownies
Yes.
that everybody loves.
cosmic. I've only given them to them maybe 5 times. It's not very often, but y'all listen. And Buddy just went upstairs.
Good job, buddy. Come here, buddy. Buddy.
Okay, so anyway. All right, Mark, take the lead. Do mini cows need a lot of land?
No. Depends on what you call it, mini. A miniature cow could be more than a micro. But a micro cow, on average,
See Buddy.
what's that?
There's Buddy coming down the ramp. Sorry, go ahead.
A micro cow, safe and live on half acre grass.
Yes.
So, I mean, it just depends on the cow.
Right. Just that, you know, that's the great thing about minis. So we always talk about minis from the standpoint of pets. And but there are other reasons that people buy miniature cattle. For one thing, now a cow like Buddy, you wouldn't do that because he is pricey. I'm not gonna lie.
At some point, miniature cows eat more than the others. Still not well. He's correct.
But you know, other reason people buy miniature cattle is for the beef.
Yeah.
Not my cows. Do not buy my
Well-
cows for beef.
Loretta.
Oh. She would eat Loretta if we bought it. Let's start with the brand new first. Just kidding. Okay, so anyway, so a lot of people do buy miniature cattle. Again, not these.
Not
It's
the
a better,
Right,
it's more
not the
mobile.
micro, not the, or well, some people I'm sure would have micro, but not the blue sheep cows, but but they do breed them for beef because I mean a half side of beef is a lot, and some people don't, you know, for finances or they don't eat that much meat or whatever. So a miniature cattle is perfect. So I think that it's important to talk about how even people that want to raise cattle for beef, you don't have to have a lot of land.
No.
Again, whether you're raising it for a pet or beef or whatever, you only need half an acre. Now you're gonna have to supplement. They cannot live. That is so important. They cannot live
You have
off
to have
just
hay.
half an acre of grass. Right.
You have to have hay, you have to have some cube.
That's right.
The ones like the size of Buddy, they can do better on a half acre, which is a micro.
Then
But you
let's say
start
Billy
getting
Ray.
Miniatures and mids,
Right.
you're gonna have to start supplement with hay.
Hey, I should have told you this question was coming up, but do you think you could bring them over here? Because we're gonna talk for just a second about Condra. So while Mark's grabbing Buddy, I talk about the difference between a gene and chondro gene. So there's chondro positive, chondro negative, and it's a hot button. Some breeders are strongly against chondro. Some breeders, us, we're part of the group that we believe as long as you're responsible with chondro, most importantly that you understand.
Yeah, because you cannot put two chondro positive, a dam, and a sire together.
Because a calf could have a lot more. So chondro is a gene, and it is a dwarfism gene. And Buddy here is chondro positive. Hence why he is so small.
Yeah.
So to have, and what it does is it affects their comfort. So that's why a chondro positive calf or cow or bull in this case, yearling, they're shorter. They have the stem legs because he does have this chondro gene. Now Dorothy, that's Mark's girl that we were talking about, she is also chondro. So what does that mean? Like Caitlin was saying, we can't breed Buddy and Dorothy together because they could have a calf with bulldog dwarfism, which is lethal. So we have to be, we're very, very responsible. Some people also use the chondro gene to extremes. We do not do that. They try to create smaller and smaller and smaller because, it's kind of like in dogs,
It's desirable.
it's desirable.
To
Yeah.
people who
Yeah.
are not
So,
aware.
right, and you have to be responsible with it. And we really pride ourselves in the fact that we are. So, okay. Maybe you should shake that just in case. Sure, it's fine. All right. So, do many cows get along with other animals?
Yes.
Most cases,
no.
yes. And it's not necessarily that in our situation, the one instance that we had, it's not because the Highland did something. It was because the donkeys were being protective of their area
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
they went
Well, that
crazy.
was because of the donkey. It wasn't because of the house.
Right.
Okay, but let's get on even more basic level because obviously there's not many people that have a buddy in their backyard, right?
Yeah.
But if they do want to have a mini cow and they have a dog, are they gonna get along?
Yeah, they get along fine. Our-
Yeah, we've never had a problem.
No.
Yeah, and yeah.
Oats,
So
horses.
we have a dog, and then we raise, of course, cattle, miniature cattle, standard, all the things we talk about with cattle. We raise cooney pigs. We have tons of birds, way too many birds.
Yeah.
And we have miniature horses and we have goats, and they all. We've never had an issue with that. So yeah, to answer your question, they do get along great, and so there's no issues there. Isn't this guy Swedish, y'all? Just look at his face. Look at his face.
He's like, don't show
Cute.
my face.
Okay. So anyway,
They-
okay. All right. How hard is it to take care of a mini cow? What do y'all think?
I would
It's
say
easier than a English bulldog. But
I was
Okay.
gonna say it's easier than some dog breeds because there's some dog breeds that are just they have health issues for,
yeah.
but they're not self-sufficient themselves either.
So I have an aunt, and Anna, if you're watching, sorry, I'm gonna tell this story. But every dog she's ever had has had like weird. Like
Diabetes. For
like,
instance.
she sits there with like cancer or allergies or I'm
Yeah.
telling you, and so right now she's got a Labradoodle that was actually with us for a while. Had no problems, and now he's got allergies, but she lives in East Texas, we're in West Texas, but it's funny. But my point to that was the care for a mini cow. And I'm not talking about the initial purchase, and I'm not talking, well, probably feeds, probably comparable. But if you are a good dog owner and you truly take care of your animal, you will spend more on the maintenance and veterinary bills on the dog than you will,
Yes.
for sure.
Brush them out.
You know,
Give them
they're,
their vaccines once a year.
yeah, they're just not, they're just not super costly
No.
to take care of. Do we recommend mini cows?
What kind of question is that?
Right?
I mean, come on now.
I mean, and you don't ever get sick of them. Never. You never,
You have a bad day, you walk outside, it's like that.
right.
Flip is a switch.
I mean, there's never a day where I think, oh,
Why did I do this?
yeah, never, never. Okay, and then lastly, and this was not a frequently asked question, but I haven't asked this, I'm just gonna throw it out there. Is, people ask, where do you buy mini cows? Well, of course, Chasing Dreams Ranch, we sell mini cows. Again, we do all the genetic testing, vaccines, good health records. We do offer transportation. But even if you're not going to buy from Chasing Dreams Ranch, I will say, make sure you're buying from a reputable place.
Ask for records and
You absolutely,
sire dam. all that
Marks and I have been shocked at how little information we get when we go to buy, have in the past bought many cattle. And I'm talking, when you spend $10,000 on a calf and you're not even given the vaccine on the side, you don't know the dam, that's scary.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because it's
You
a
know,
wild card of your.
So make sure that you know that it is, or we went to a ranch one time, and of course I won't say who it is, but we went to a ranch before. It was amazing. It was beautiful. It was so nice. And they were having a sale. And then when we went to pick up that animal, y'all, I'm not with you. It was horrible. Like they had, it was like a junkyard that they actually kept. Seriously, I'm not saying their yard was junky. I'm saying it was like a junkyard for real, where you
Oh.
pick the cattle up and we were
Vampire.
shocked. And those cows were sick.
Yeah.
Those cows were sick and we didn't know it. So we do a closed herd, which means now we don't purchase any animals. We breed our own. We do, of course, natural artificial insemination. This guy next year, I'm so excited. We'll start collecting his semen, so that he'll be able to give us some gorgeous little cows. So,
And we also quarantine when we do.
Yes.
We did get cattle. We quarantined them for
Yes.
2-3 weeks?
Yes.
At least.
yeah, well, we do. Like usually we aim for 30 days.
Mhm.
Sometimes we don't. Yeah, we got
Depends on what the vet says.
right.
And
we
it
check-
depends on what they came from. Because like
Correct.
Madonna,
Yeah.
it took a little bit.
Yes.
She was one of our
Yeah.
rescues.
Look, I wish that screen tilted down here, but
He's just like looking at the screen like, hello, I'm here. You can't
Yeah.
see me. Buddy.
and we got yaks this year. Yeah, I said it. I'm gonna
Yaks.
try. And we quarantined them for about 30 days as well.
Mhm.
And for one thing, when we bought the yaks and our vet came out, and I was like, "Hey, Doctor So and So, can you look at my yaks?" And he went, "Martha, I have to tell you right now, I have to study about yaks. I know nothing about them.
Yeah.
Because they're
So
not
I'm
native
gonna
here.
start learning so I can work on your yak." So anyway. Okay, so anyway, I think that's all that we have for today. I want to tell you one thing. So right now we have a giveaway, but just going back up to date, y'all. We have a giveaway that on December 15th, 2025, we're giving away these Apple AirPods. They are branded with the Chasing Dream Ranch logo. Established 2024 because that's when we established the ranch out here in Trent. And the way that you enter to win is you follow us on all the social media platforms, on school, on TikTok, on Facebook, on Instagram. Follow us on all the socials. Share us, like the page, comment with your favorite cat color, and you're going to automatically be entered to win on December 15th. We also have some other cool giveaways coming up. We're trying to get our ranch name out there because we're opening to the public. And we'll start taking reservations on in January of 2026. Don't have the exact date yet. So, but anyway, so we're trying to get the word out. Hey, we appreciate you guys having patience with us and just having conversation. Going forward, we will be doing these live so that you'll be able to log in, ask questions. We'll have a different animal each week. I really want to bring Boss Hog. He's our dog.
He's the dog on the ranch, but
Yeah.
he's a coony pig and he loves Christmas tree cakes. Honestly, any food you feed him, He'll
He
take
does.
it.
Okay,
Gets
but
it
y'all,
back
we do
to
not
breakfast.
we do not make it a habit of feeding little Debbie around here.
It was an experiment, y'all. Promise.
But anyway, so in the comments, however, little Debbie's who can resist them?
Facts.
But leave us a message in the comments, shoot us an email, whatever. Contact us if there's anything that you want to talk about, that you want to know about. Chasing Dreams Ranch here in Trent, Texas. Like I said, we are an educational ranch. We will have a venue, it's our barn, which we're sitting in right now. It's a beautiful, beautiful barn. That will be an event center to host birthday parties or get together group and study. This is our you see how little each can see. But anyway, so just let us know. We're so glad you joined us today, and we look forward to talking to you next week.
And it's all right to be itsy bitsy.
That's right.